got the water wheel. If I can make a quick cull, you'll see. So that's the power generation, which is coming up here into the cogs, which I have stepped up. So it goes small cog, big cog, small cog, to step up the speed. So you can see this one's going slow, this one's going much faster. Which is then coming into this fan, which is pushing the water. I couldn't get this to work last time. I wanted to have it so that the gravel was coming off of here and coming onto a conveyor belt, but at the moment, because we don't have the filter on the funnel, we can't stop it from getting off of the conveyor before it converts. But this is a fan blowing through water which will wash anything on this depot. So if I give you an example here, I grab some of the gravel pre-made and chuck it down in there onto so right click onto there, and it puts the whole 64 stack, and you can see it's doing the particles because you got those big blue thingies. So it will wash the gravel. At some point this will all be linked up, so there will be a conveyor belt going this way. But until we get access to better tools, this is what it's doing. So it'll sit here for a bit on the depot because I've manually put it there, and it'll turn into, if you give it a mo, there you go, flint and iron nuggets. So if you wash gravel, which that's washing gravel, you have the possibility of it turning into flint or iron nuggies. We've got a power source, and it's generating the maximum it can do, which is 256. So now we need to bring that power out. We're going to bring it out this way. So we're going to attach a shaft. Then we want to take it probably that way, which means I think I want to make a gearbox. So we take our andesite casing, pop some cogwheels around it to make the gearbox, and then we can make this change direction like so. Job done. Right, now we want to bring it this way, because the way to make a tree farm, probably going to step it up so I can bring it onto the top of this row rather than down there, which is easily done. You just need some cogs. So
actually, do you remember the first world?
There.
It was me. I can't remember who else did it. We placed our bets on how you would die.
I think that was you and Berkey.
And I got right. That's the thing.
Well, you said this time. You said this time a mining incident, and you were right. There was a mining incident.
I was right. I read minds. I can see the future. Thing is, mining. It always happens in mines, to be honest.
It's a pain in the bum. So, in the basic term, in the loosest term, the loosest of terms, this is a tree farm.
It is.
The loosest of terms. Because what happens, and you'll see this in a second. I actually haven't got any saplings with me. I should have brought a sapling. It's fine, we'll get one in a second. The loosest of terms, if you plant a tree here, this, which is only going kind of slow at the moment, is going to chop it down. And when it chops it down, all of the logs are going to fall that way. Quite nicely in a nice line. Unless you've got an acacia tree which kind of goes sideways, or a tree that does a bigger base. But I mean, to be fair, we're probably just going to use oak. Oak seems good enough for this. So yeah, but this is the basic tree farm.
Very basic.
Very basic. Very slow, very basic. So it's probably not going to go fast. Let's go get some saps.
It's still a tree farm at the end of the day.
It's still a tree farm, it's just not going fast.
Anytime soon. It's similar to, I think there's an axe. Yeah, in Crate there's an axe that basically like does that. But it's not like a automatic thing, it's a manual, obviously, but...
Right, so we're gonna grab some trees. Trees. And probably a box. Because we want to chuck stuff into the box. There was a box back there, but I'm actually looking for a barrel, not a box. Aha. Gotcha. I don't know what I did with all of the chutes as well, because you kind of want to shoot, so that we can shoot stuff in. But that'll do for now, I suppose. Right,
Is
so
that a frying pan?
yeah,
Oh,
skillet.
I forgot about that.
you put it over the top of a campfire, and you can use it to do stuff. It's kind of cool. Right.
Very nice.
Uh,
See, I'm still learning stuff.
let's see if we can get an ostrich out of this egg first. Hey! Hello! Baby! Please be a girl ostrich. Because then I don't have to keep hunting for the eggs. Right. Back to the tree farm. Not quite yet, back to the tree farm. I want to take the bone meal with me. And the spoon. Right. Back to the tree farm. Da, 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 da. You can already see on the map as well that this is like getting a bit industrialized, because you can see like, hang on, let me look at that. Look at that. The beauty. Right. So, tree farm. As I said, this is a tree farm. Now, watch. Haba. Plop the tree down. Tree grows. You'll see here, it's cutting it down. Now, again, this isn't the fastest thing in the world, but it is a tree farm. The only difficulty is you have to sit there and plant it every single time.
I guess if you had like a fast enough axe, it would be a bit faster, I would say.
It'd be a bit faster. So if you made this, you know how like we stepped it up over there where we went big wheel, small wheel, blah blah blah. You can do that here and speed this one up, but there isn't really a need to at this point. So again, just to make sure that you're timber, and you can see the important, quote unquote, important drops actually drop straight in a line, which means that when we take this off, so when we do like a conveyor belt, it will all land on the conveyor belt. And yes, you can cut yourself on it, so just don't be careful.
Yeah, I already tried that.
Yeah, I just stepped in front of it like an idiot as well. Some things don't change. Right.
Some things really don't change.
So we're going to attach now, or at least try to, a conveyor belt, because if it all falls here, we just want to pick it up. We don't want to have to keep running forwards and getting it. So we're going to pop a little conveyor belt on here, like this. So 1 to 2, and then grab your thingy. You got the pink particles to say, hey, this is a valid direction.
I love the particles, like just different colors each time.
And then green to yes, you can connect there.
Good.
Makes it so much easier, doesn't it? Right. And now I need to take the power that's coming in here into this. So what I'm probably going to do is sidestep it out 1. So when I say sidestep it out, I mean that. Probably then make some more cogs, small cogs, because I've run out.
See, what's kind of bizarre, I would know exactly how to recreate that in like normal Minecraft. It's like I've played normal Minecraft for so long. Like I would know how to recreate it, but I don't know, it's mad.
Brain. So then we've got the small cog wheel. What we want to do is we want to pop it around some of these guys to make a gearbox, because we want it to turn the corner. Always remember the gearbox is for the turning the corner, because right now I'm going to pull that energy out this way, but I want it to get into that. So we just use a gearbox. And hopefully this will go the right way. It does! Look at that! Chugga chugga chugga. Although I put that on the wrong block, haven't I? Because that's where the tree needs to go. Oh. Twit! 2 seconds. That's where the tree wants to go, you know, Anna. It's fine. Yeah. We can extend it forwards 1. Because that's where the tree goes. Like so. You need a space still for the tree to grow. So, gearbox. And then another shaft to bring it all the way forwards.
This is a thing with like even like a normal in Minecraft, like redstone. Ta-da! Like there's always mistakes getting made.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to make mistakes. this guy here, the deployer. Now, yes, we're going to have to make an on-site machine again, which means we're going to have to do the thing with the whatever, probably a couple of times. But this guy can act like a player is sat there doing the thing. So if you give it an axe, it'll chop something down. If you give it a barrel and put a cow in front of it, oh no wait, if you give it a bucket and put a cow in front of it, it'll milk the cow. It's that kind of thing. So if I do W, I'm not going to do this on every single one because you've seen it before. It can imitate a player's actions. So and it can go through fences and things like that as well. So it's kind of really like a valuable tool. You'll use this a lot in other things. So and it can do a lot. You can even make a mob farm using this thing.
Yeah, like they're really handy. It's just kind of like there's a little mini robot for you.
Yeah, basically. And you can automate things into this. So by using a like a funnel or whatever, it can put things in there. So you can see there, it dropped a shears into it, which then went into the hand, which is going to get used to shear the sheep. And then it spat out the wool. So we want to make some of them. Come up here into our smithy table. Add slate machines, golden hands, deployers. Ta-da! We can automate this a bit more. So I now want to use my deployers. So my deployers, if you remember the video, want to be placed 1 block away. So not here, but here. Wrong way round. Every time. There. And also 1 block away, so not on top of the spoke, but there. Right way around. So you can now see that both of them are pointing into the tree, and when they activate, they'll activate on that block. So when I give it something, it will do something. So, simple as, we're going to come on top of here, and add a chute, and then a chest that feeds into the chute. Give it a window. Add the same over here, a chute, which feeds into that, and a chest on top. Oop. Because we want to hold trees, and you can already see it's dropped a tree into here. And it's already holding all 48, so it has its own internal inventory as well as what's on top of it. This is just the easy way to get it in. This guy, I want to hold the bone meal. And again, he's holding it, so there's 16 bone meal in there. Now, to get this to connect up, it's actually really easy. This is one of the easier machines to make, so I'm so grateful for you choosing this one too. Because all you do then is you take the power that's powering the fan at the back, or the saw at the back, and just connect up a couple more cogwheels. It doesn't matter the directional spin on these ones. It does on the fan, but it doesn't on these ones. So, and you can see here now, whoop, it'll bone meal, chop it down, like so, and then it replants.
Love it.
Job is a good one.
See, the one thing with it looks so complicated, but when you have someone to explain it to you, it really isn't that bad.
Exactly. Now this is one way to build a tree farm. There is probably a billion ways in Create to build a tree farm.
Oh yeah, Create.
This has to be said. There's not one way to do all of this. Like maybe there's a better one out there. It doesn't hurt to take a look at other people playing Create to see how they make their farms. But this is the one that I found works for me. So, you know. So, we've got the first part of this done. We have a way to automate a forest. Thank you. Now, we have more things to do with this. Because we don't just want logs. We want planks. And in fact, let me get over here. Bum, bum, bum. Get a better view then. We don't just want logs, we actually want slabs. So, as said, there's our tree, doing stuff. It's not doing much right now because it's actually run out of bone meal. So we want to bring it, probably, I'm going to say let's take it out that way, and then bring it back to save ourselves space here. So let's take it out of the chest this way. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a bunch of very short conveyor belts. Because here's the fun bit. So one, make it 2 wide or 1 wide. We could make it 1 wide. And what we're going to do is then we're going to pop the saw in there, and then we go again and pop a saw in there, and then we come over here and pop another saw in there. Oh dear, that one's the wrong way around. There we go. Yeah, they're all facing the right way now. Lovely. So, conveyor belt. You to you. You to you. You to you. There. And then because we want it to come off of this side, I feel like we need to go you to you, to then there, to there, to then, it still needs to step out one, because it will swip over to this side here. Probably. Yeah. Probably. So. There we go. There. And one more of those. There. This will all make sense in a second. Trust. So that one to that one, that one to that one. And then when we bring it back again, it'll go that one, that way. Right. So, that is the premise. Now, is we've got 3 saws. One to strip it, planks, slabs, and then it'll come back again to get used in another part of the system. Possibly even go further on because we've still got a bunch of other bits to do first. But that will do it. So, we want to now take power from this to that, which means a cog, one of the gearboxes. And of course it goes the wrong way.
Of course.
Of course. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to pop it here. Because it'll be moving the other cogwheel. The other Fine. Move it one further out. Bear with me 2 seconds. And right, it's now moving that. Now, this is the odd bit. These conveyor belts want to go that way. These actually want it to twist that way because it should be cutting against what's coming in. Which means that is turning that way, but is actually feeding that way. Do you see that?
Okay.
Kind of makes sense in a weird way.
It does make sense, again, in a weird way, yeah.
There we are. Now, because of the rule of 3, all I need to do, because we've got power coming in, whoop, that then will turn that wheel that way. This one will then go that way as well. See that? Because the middle one is turning opposite direction to these 2. Complicated, right?
Complicated, but also understandable somehow.
So all we're going to do again then, using the same amount of power, is pluck it up there, this side as well. So, I need to make more buttons, don't I? To make more small cogs. So,
but what I find with Create, the best way to learn, like if you guys ever want to learn how to do Create, is really just playing it yourself and getting used to it.
Yeah, play it yourself and just poke around. Just poke around and figure it out. Like if something doesn't work, there's also a lot of people out there that can help you. So now you can see that is going the right way. This one is also turning the opposite way, which is what it needs to do, and that one is now turning the other way to make it go that way still. And
you always need to remember, there's always going to be someone worse in the world than you.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. There's no point even pretending. There's always going to be someone slightly worse or slightly better at it. I've applied a filter here, and I recommend, before we send these through, that you apply a filter here. And I'll explain why once we find morning, because otherwise I'm going to probably get nibbled on.
Good point. Very good point.
Probably. So we'll sleep quickly, and then I'll explain. Because this is kind of cool. And I didn't realise this until it happened to me. And then I was like, oh, okay, I need to fix that. So come with me, and let's learn. Learning session. Doo-doo-doo. So, you have 3 different saws. The first one will always strip it. No matter what log you send through, it will always get stripped. The second one will always turn it into planks, no matter what. It's just what happens. The third one, there are several different patterns it will create. Several. So just bear that in mind. When you set off this one, and I'll do it as I'll do one as an example because you'll get to know. And we'll see. It will make something that you don't really understand. But if you follow that pattern for this part of the assembly line, this tends to be what works best. There's probably other ways to do it, but if you go 2 wide conveyor belt, 3 cogs to connect the 3 and the saw in the middle, 3 cogs, saw in the middle, 3 cogs, saw in the middle, this tends to be the best layout that I found. So bear that in mind. Now, watch what I mean. Watch exactly what I mean. So we're going to send one through here without a filter. And you'll see it do a thing. And it's been turned into a simple wooden stool. Which you can't even sit on. You can't right click on that and say sit on it. Hang on. Like, I'm right clicking. Nothing's... Yeah. Pointless. This is why you need to add a filter to it. It's because... Oops. Don't stand on it. It's because it will turn anything into anything. So if I take another plank, for example, and send it through. Hup. Let's see if it makes stools this time. It's kind of like a... I don't know what it's going to make fun. Oh, look, we got a table. That's kind of sweet. We can make a little picnic area.
Hey!
Bop. Bop. Bop.
Love it.
Perfect. But it's not what we want. We want slabs.
But still.
We want slabs. We don't want that. We want slabs. So I'm going to actually take some of the oak here because it's oak that will be going through this machine, not acacia. Because I don't particularly like acacia.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of
Not a big fan,
either,
no. So I've now got 1 oak plank, 1 oak slab. Over here, I pop this on here anyway, you don't have to. And if you right click this little thing here, that's the recipe filter. You'll see then it's filtering it to say, I want you to make slabs. I don't want you to do anything else, I want you to make slabs. Right? So what we can do now then, if we take our filter, our little funnel here, no, well, that's a thing. So you can see if it's not supposed to go through, nothing will happen. Sir. At some point we will filter out the sticks and other stuff. But for now, I guess they can go through the system. Nothing's going to break because they went through. And because the filter is on there, they can't turn into anything else anyway. And you can see now, it takes a hot moment, but when it does, it's done. See? And I believe it even saves some energy because it doesn't take all of that. It takes 1 of these planks and turns it into 2 slabs. So instead of taking 3 slabs or 3 planks and turning it into 3 slabs, you can it's literally 1 for 1. It's so nice.
Yeah.
So right, empty out that because I'll use this now to be my collector. So if I come back over here and plop that there for now, because we don't need to bring it back yet, there's nothing else we need to do with this line. If I pop that on there like that, it means our little slabs are now just going to join into that box. When we want to bring it back later, we can either just destroy this barrel and just send it on to do something else, or we can add another funnel and it'll just send one off one at a time. For now, we're just going to leave it there doing that, because we can't do anything else with this now.
Yeah.
But that is it. How simple is that?
That is really simple.
Yeah. So we did it step by step. We built the very simple tree farm part there first, and then we explained a bit more about the conveyor belt and what's going on. And then we added the deployers, which is what plants the tree and bone meals it. And then we got the extra saws on, which mean we can make them into something else. And you can put a different pattern on there if you want it. So if you want it to be making lots and lots of fences, let's say hypothetically you were making a farm and you need a lot of fences, you can put that on that as a filter and it will do it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So slightly shorter episode. I didn't honestly expect to get through all of that today, but we did. We did. So, you know, win. But, yeah, simple. Very good. You can see on the map. Top corner, do you see it? Illages. How is it we always manage to, like, make a base in Illager County? Huh? Huh? Anybody? Never mind. We'll sort them out later. We'll sort them out another episode. So, for now, I think that'll be all. We've done quite a bit tonight, and quite a bit today in Stone Block 2 as well. I'm likely to stream Stone Block 2 again at some point this bank holiday, because I'm feeling up to it, but for the meantime, I think we're gonna, call it quits there. You're also welcome to pop by and catch my Timberborn on Monday with my friend Matthew. But in the meantime, good night, and goodbye. Thanks for joining.